All right, so we just want to show you how to get signed up for a Zoom account if you don't already have one, how to set up a meeting if you are the host, and also how to join a meeting if you're not the host and just simply a participant. So the first thing to do is go to zoom.us is their website, or you can also Google that and it will bring you over to this. Once you get on their website, up here is a blue button that says sign up. It is free. So you want to click on that, and then you'll just type in your email and click sign up. And what it will do is it will send an email over to your email account. You'll then go over to your email, click on that email, and there is a blue button within that email from Zoom that says activate account. So you'll click on that, and then you will sign up. And then hit continue. This one is if you wanted to invite colleagues, so you can go ahead and skip that step because you don't necessarily need to do that. And then it will throw you into this account screen. You don't need to start a meeting now unless you absolutely want to. The easiest thing is to go to my account, and it will send you over to what is the main profile page. Down on the right hand side, or left hand side, sorry, is a button called meetings. So if you're wanting to set up a meeting, this is where you do it. So it brings you up to this page. You just simply hit schedule a new meeting, and then you can title your meeting whatever you want it to be. So I would suggest titling it whatever your group is. That just helps people know what it's for. So I'm going to leave it as my meeting right now. You can enter a small description in there. It's not necessary. And then you would choose the date that you're going to have it on. So let's say we're going to have this meeting on Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m. Now, for the basic plan that most people have, which it's not necessarily necessary to have larger than that, it does limit your meeting to 40 minutes if you have 3 or more participants. So a lot of times I'll just leave it at the hour, and it will cut you off at that 40 minutes if you have that many participants. The nice part is it does give you a 10-minute warning in the upper left-hand corner of your screen before it just cuts you off. Next, make sure your time zone is correct and in the correct zone that you are needing. Don't necessarily need to do the required meeting. I always let it generate automatically the meeting ID. It's just easier. You don't need to do a meeting password unless you absolutely want to. It will include that password in the email that you send out to people. I usually leave it blank unless it's something that I really do need to have it be private. On the video part, I always turn the host and the participant's video on. That just turns the video on automatically when you log into Zoom. And then on audio, I always leave it on both. That way people have an option to telephone in if they're having difficulty with their computer audio, which sometimes happens. Down here at the bottom is meeting options. This would enable people to join into the meeting room if the host has not joined yet. Depending on who I have, I will click this. Sometimes I'll leave it unclicked. It's a lot of times good idea to mute participants upon entry if you have a large group. You as the host have to unmute them once they come in, though, so do keep that in mind if you click that. Most of the time I don't, but if it is a large group of say 20 to 30 people, I always put them on mute just so that it's not a distraction if the meeting is midway through. Enable the waiting room. This would be if you don't enable join before host, you would want to enable the waiting room. It allows people to still join, but they're kind of left in this waiting room until they join. And then record the meeting automatically on the local computer. Generally, I'm not recording any of these meetings, so I usually leave that on blank. And then you just hit save. It will then give you all the details for your meeting. What time it's starting, all that kind of thing. You can edit this meeting from this screen. And again, if you're coming back in here to search for it, it will be in your meeting screen. So it will look like this when you log in, and you just click into that meeting. And it allows you to either start the meeting if you are the host, or edit the meeting if you're the host as well. You can also delete the meeting if this meeting is no longer going to happen. From this screen, what you want to do to invite the people that you're going to bring is come over here to where it says join URL and copy the invitation. Right here gives you all the information for the meeting. You just hit copy the invitation and it copies it to your clipboard. I then come over to my mail account and I just paste that information in there and then type out Zoom meeting link for small group on Thursday. And then send it out to all the people that I'm going to need to have join that, and then send it out. And then this is the link that you will get. So I will show you what the email will look like. We'll send it to ourselves. So in order to join a Zoom meeting that you have been invited to, you will have received an email from your meeting host that will have a join Zoom meeting link within it. So what you do is simply click on that link. It will open up Zoom for you. If you have never downloaded Zoom before, it will probably ask you to download Zoom onto your machine. So go ahead and say yes to that. After you've done that once, it will ask you generally this question every time. Do you want to allow this page to open Zoom on your computer? And you just say allow. What it does then is it's joining you to that meeting. And then it will pop up, do you want to join with computer audio? So just say join with computer audio, and then it will bring you into this Zoom area. If your host has asked you to do a waiting room, that's where it will leave this page kind of black until they come on and invite you into that meeting, and then you'll be able to see everybody. Couple different things for you. Your main controls are going to be on the bottom. Yours might look just slightly different than this if you are not the host, but because I'm the host of this, I have the ability to do a couple extra things. So your buttons might look a little bit different, but they're going to be fairly similar to this. These are your main two that you're going to be concerned with. So if you're wanting to stop your video for whatever reason, a lot of times I'll do that when I'm walking out of the room or whatever. You can hit stop your video and it will go to just kind of a blank black screen. You can also, and then to restart the video, you would just re-click on that start video and it will bring you back into all of that. To mute your audio, that's this as well. So a lot of times if I'm not speaking and I'm with a large group, I'll go ahead and mute my audio unless I plan on speaking right away. It just kind of helps for background noise for everybody. So click on mute and then unmute would bring you back to that. So that's a quick back and forth on those things. And if you're having microphone issues or video issues, there's also an up arrow on each that you can test those if you're wanting to try to figure out where is the audio coming from. Sometimes that's the biggest thing, is it's which microphone are you using. But most of the time it's picking up the same thing. As a host, if you're needing to share your screen, like you're showing demonstrations or whatever, that would be a quick share screen right there. And I'm going to stop that video for a little bit. And then the other thing that I want to show you up here is in this meeting, you can enter full screen, you can mute all, unmute all those kind of things from here. You have different views that you can look at. And then within your windows, you also can have different views. When you're actually having a meeting and there's multiple people in here, this view up here can give you different options to show. It will highlight in large whoever is speaking, so it will kind of put everybody else in a minimum up at the top of the screen up here, and then whoever's speaking is larger. Or there's like a gallery view that you would be able to kind of see everybody's that's in a smaller frame in each one. So those are kind of your big things to figure that out. And again, like I said, it's up in the view and it just takes other people to be in it for you to see those options. So that's kind of how you run Zoom. If you guys have any questions, please let us know.